Warning, the following presentation contains cold, hard truths that might change the way you think. Viewer discretion won't do you any good now. Alrighty. Now, I should probably mention, this video is probably going to contain spoilers. There's one aspect of the game that I'm certain people are going to be bitching about, and it is a major spoiler, so there's your warning. The ending felt like adults were done with the script, and some kid came in and drew crayons on the last pages. The ending is a total miss. Get your narrative together, Nomura. Get your narrative together? First of all, not only is the storyline in this game infinitely more coherent than the past several Square Enix RPGs, and to say that the ending feels like a kid wrote it, to me, I think you got it reversed. I think the whole game was what kids would want, and the ending was for adults, but that's just me. I could be wrong. Final Fantasy VII Remake is an insulting marketing scam directed by a childish egomaniac with no respect for the original game or the fans. Wow. How about no respect for the developers? Is that a thing too, or no? This game is not a remake, it's an advertising fraud. The core plot and themes have been ripped out and replaced with an idiotic, convoluted train wreck involving the stupidest ideas ever conceived. Really? Is it that bad? How have the core plot and themes been ripped out? It's the same exact plot. Same themes. Barrett wants to protect the planet. Aerith is an ancient. Cloud is an ex-soldier. Shinra sucks. How is the plot different? Oh, I see how. Because of time travel, alternate timelines, alternate dimensions, visions of the future. Time traveling goes from a future timeline. You know, you're acting like there's all this different stuff in the story. It's just one thing. It's just the ghosts. That's it. Stop trying to list stuff. They're alternate characters from an alternate universe timeline. I'm not joking. No, they're the same characters. They're just changing their future. Boy. This is a completely different and horrible original story. I mean, Jesus Christ. Terrible gameplay padding. Okay, the game has a little bit of padding. Not going to disagree with that. Never let Nomura direct or write anything ever again. Square Enix have scammed their fans, and this is the last time they'll ever see my money. Yeah, right. Yeah, fucking right. Like, you're not going to buy part 2? Stop bullshitting. Why is Final Fantasy VII so beloved amongst fans? Because it has such a compelling story and fantastic combat system. The remake falls short on both accounts. Really? The original has a better battle system? The AI was disappointing, and it was a pain to have to sort through the menus to use abilities. There's 3 different ways to do it, and they're all easy. How is that a pain? This is a reimagining pioneered by the most infamous director in video game history. Not quite, but okay. It was 30 hours of Nomura building up the moment he could tell us that he's going to make this game into whatever he sees fit. Well, he has the right to. He was heavily involved in the original. You guys know there were a lot of writers on this game, right? Nobody's mentioning Kazushige Nojima, who was also a writer on the original. And Nomura wasn't even the only director on this either. But yeah, let's just blame everything on him because he's the most popular name. Go ahead. Until I got to the ending, I was prepared to give this game high praise. After getting a chance to see the ending, it sounds like he just watched somebody else play it. It's clear that Square is treating this remake as a game meant to defy the old game, and I hate it. Feels like they're giving the finger to the old game's legacy for the sake of trying something new. It's the same developers that worked on the old game. You really think they want to give the finger to themselves? Is that what you think is happening here? The legacy is exactly the same. It's just a couple of little things are slightly different. We don't even know how different it is yet. Everything is still a big question mark. That something new is confusing, too, and leaves serious plot holes. It leaves things open for the next chapter, but I wouldn't call them plot holes. This game filled in a lot of plot holes. It shows Aerith rescuing Marlene. It adds detail to a lot of plot points. I am sad now that we won't get a true remake. I wish they just focused on making a new Final Fantasy instead. Now that I will not argue with. I also wish that they had done that instead. I'll bet money now that we won't see that key event with Aerith down the road. We really don't know that. We really do not. I mean, Nomura was the person who came up with Aerith dying. If he wants to try a fresh take at the story where that doesn't happen, that could be really good. We just don't know yet. This remake is an insult to those of us who have been waiting 20 plus years to finally get to play an updated version of the game. That's how long the original has been out. Suddenly this game changes the entire plot and shits the bed for any future installments. Everyone's praising it for being meta and deep. I'm so sick of the whole this is good because it subverts your expectations. It wasn't good when Star Wars did it, and it's not good now. Oh my god. This whole, anti-subversion thing. You're really just protesting plot twists. That honestly is what this is. But you know what? You're not wrong for disliking the new direction of the story. You're not wrong. You just have no taste in storytelling. But I get it. Some people want to see something that they've had in their head for 20 years, and other people want to be surprised. That's just what this is. I was ready to give this game a 10 out of 10 and immediately start up a second hard mode playthrough of the game as a victory lap of what was 90% one of the most incredible gaming experiences I've ever had. Gee, I wonder what could have brought this experience from 10 out of 10 most incredible I've ever had to 1. Gee, I wonder what did that. Throughout the journey, I kept getting a sick feeling in my stomach. These hooded sand ghosts flying around scenes and influencing the action. I kept trying to interpret this new addition to the narrative. I tried to settle on it just being a device to show the planet, trying to direct the heroes on their path, or even Genova cells deceiving them. Yeah, these were plausible explanations that we all probably floated at some point. Suffice to say, things were worse than I could have imagined. I don't need to describe the events of the end of this game, but it was truly disappointing. What even happens that's so disappointing? What, Zack walks off the battlefield? Who fucking gives a shit? Some people are really overthinking it. Why did they call it a remake and not advertise it as a completely new story or even a sequel? Yeah, it's a remake and a sequel. It's like the Terminator Genesis of gaming. Who decided that the story should be drastically changed? Probably the same people who wrote the original story. The more and more I think about it, I feel like Nomura and company have little to no respect for the fans that have given their work this love. Oh, really? The fans have given the work love? What about the guys who fucking made it? You don't think they gave it love? You shitting me? Yeah, the fans were the ones who worked hard to bring this game to life. There's a certain arrogance to twisting this world and story to their own whim. As if to say, this is our world, our characters. Oh my god. What you fans think means nothing to us. We can do what we want with them, and you can get fucked if you disagree. It is their world, it is their characters, and you are fucked because you disagree. You were so close to perfection, but I suspect egos, paychecks, and influence are too much a factor at Square Enix. Yeah, they were being paid to change it. Right. That's what happened. This is a big FU to the original Final Fantasy VII fans. It teases you for 95%. So everyone agrees that, basically the whole game is good. We're talking about a video game here, you guys. It's about playing, the combat, the leveling. Nobody's talking about the materia and the weapon abilities. It's just the ending. The direction they are heading in is disgusting. Dude, it's really not that different. Oh my god. It was too hard for them to make a full remake of this game, so they switched it up to some hot garbage at the end to give them an out for all future installments. I don't think it's too hard to remake the game exactly the same. It's too easy. Falsely advertised as a remake, dumb meta commentary, and timeline-changing Kingdom Hearts-esque plot changes, padded to Oblivion. Midgar is barely expanded. Alright, how is it padded to Oblivion, yet Midgar is barely expanded? An insult to everything Final Fantasy VII used to represent. Seriously? This game covers less than 10% of the original. We knew that was going to be the case. That's the reason why we have so many pointless, boring quests, not that many quests at all. Characters nobody wanted, otherwise we would have been able to complete it in less than 8 hours or so. Do you want an 8-hour game for $60? Okay. No, I don't care about Kingdom Hearts, Advent Children, or any of that stuff. When does this game reference Kingdom Hearts? I wanted what was promised. Final Fantasy VII Remake. They even wrote it in capital letters. Yeah, because the word remake has two meanings. It's fucking genius. This game is comparable to the prequels and the sequels of the original Star Wars trilogy. Alright, you just lost me. You're done. Square Enix should have titled this game Final Fantasy VII Phantoms. Alright, that's funny. That is funny. Final Fantasy VII Refund is an alternative title since original fans of the game will certainly ask for a refund because Square Enix is deceivingly selling the game as it being a remake. Ha. Ha ha. Ha ha ha. Basically, this is not even a Final Fantasy game. This is a Kingdom Hearts game. If Square had titled this game Final Fantasy VII Kingdom Hearts, I wouldn't even be rating the game because I simply don't like and play Kingdom Hearts games. It was shaping up to be amazing. It could have been amazing. I could not wait for the next installment as I played through the game. Until I reached the end and they decided to put the game's head on the chopping block and lob off its head completely. Totally discarded the original, completely overboard, simply not Final Fantasy VII at all, but a lackluster Kingdom Hearts type game that hijacked all the characters and some IP from Final Fantasy VII. You know, don't get me wrong. Kingdom Hearts is a fucking mess. But this game is infinitely more coherent than that shit. Come on. And also, poor Kingdom Hearts. Alternative timeline where Zack is alive. Zack's death is literally the catalyst for Cloud's character in the majority of Final Fantasy VII, and now there's an alternative reality where he's alive. Sephiroth travels back in time to change date. This is not a remake. This is spitting on anything Sakaguchi and team had built all these years ago. It's false advertising and a travesty. I mean, really. This whole review is about Zack. A character who is probably in 0.01% of the game. But it shows where people's priorities are. In the process of getting a refund, a little after it became apparent that Nomura was pulling a Kingdom Hearts with it, I lost all interest. Is it because you fight a thing that looks like a giant heartless towards the end? Is that what this is all about? Are you mad about that boss? Did Kingdom Hearts have ghosts in it? I don't even, get the connection at this point. Alright, Square. You get a 1 because the game is quite beautiful and the combat is very enjoyable, but that's it. That's most of the game. That really is what the gameplay is about, but okay. That's apparently 1 out of 10 of the whole game. This is FF7-2, not a remake. You know what? That doesn't even sound that bad. There was a Final Fantasy X-2, a Final Fantasy XIII-2. What's wrong with a 7-2? In the original game, one major plot point to another took less than an hour. In the remake, I measured 5 hours between those same plot points, with nothing relevant to the story happening at all. That can't be true, but okay. Just diversions of filler crap, and this is while avoiding optional content. Sounds like you got stuck on a part for 5 hours because you blow. The remade music is often faithful. The battle and boss themes, for example, are stellar, but they're only heard once or twice throughout the entire game. What fucking game did you play? But the worst thing about the battle system is the camera. It truly is terrible, and you'll find yourself inputting commands while looking at nothing as the battle rages on somewhere behind you. This never happened to me. I played through the entire game twice. I never said, wow, this camera's pissing me off. It's happened in other games. definitely. But this game is dynamic as shit. I mean, look at what's going on in the battle. You just gotta expect the camera to move a lot. But I don't even think it did. I think you're fucking crazy. If you appreciate narrative in games, you will hate the closing scenes. That is the opposite of true. Convoluted and very reminiscent of Kingdom Hearts. Oh, really, dude? Is it? Wow. Very interesting and unique observation. Man, wonder why no one else pointed that out. Wow. You're right. Wow, I didn't even think of that. It does feel like Kingdom Hearts. Wow, you're a genius. You are a unique genius. What an absolute mess. Why would they dirty the legacy of Final Fantasy VII with this abomination? Zack's death at the end of Crisis Core was a dramatic and impactful scene that gave me a half-chubs. Now in this remake, he survives in the goofiest way possible. No, we defeated the Whispers, so he was able to survive the battle because they weren't keeping it on track. That's like totally fucking cool. Oh, but it's okay because time ghosts make sure he dies like he's supposed to by having him get hit by some train. Okay, that's kind of funny. That is kind of funny. That would be hilarious if that happened. Square Enix, this isn't a, I don't know what that is, remake, but Nomura has dumped his Kingdom Hearts fantasies. Oh my god. You know, if the recent Kingdom Hearts games didn't exist, what would people be saying about this game? Would they love it? Like, what would they be, how would they be describing it? I can't even imagine. I think they accidentally put Kingdom Hearts 4 instead of chapters 17 and 18 on my FF7 Remake disc. The whole game had the Whispers in it. It's funny because this stuff wasn't just happening at the end. It's the whole game. They just explain it at the end and you don't like the explanation. But really, it's fucking great. He did it. He dared doing it. Nomura murdered Final Fantasy VII. The end of this game is a clear FU to everybody who believed this remake, and the following that may or may not come after will respect the original game. It's not the remake we wanted for decades, it's a Nomura reboot. Again, even if that is true, even if the next chapter is completely different, like they don't go to Nibelheim or Costa del Sol or Golden Saucer, even if it's brand fucking new, with the same characters, I will still be happy. The best thing about this storyline is the characters. Just getting to see them do anything is why we're playing. Because the gameplay is, like, nearly flawless. I mean, yeah, there's some padding. Some dungeons kind of drag. You go to the sewer a lot. But it is such a fun game. I'm not trying to be contrarian here. I seriously loved the ending. I want the story to go somewhere new. I honestly don't care for recreating the same plot that I already know. Yeah, that would be fun to see how it looks, but it doesn't have the same impact. It can't possibly. You already know what's happening. How is that impactful? I mean, the suspense that you feel at the end there when Aerith is opening that portal and telling you we're about to change our destiny. I mean, that is a typical Final Fantasy ending. Epic as shit. Unpredictable, edge of your seat, going into the beyond. But here's the truth, you guys. I'm about to go play my third playthrough. Yeah, that's right. So, if I actually have the desire to do that, the game, it can't be that bad. It just can't be. So until next time.